Hello YouTube, welcome by another episode of Homebrew with Christian. Today we're gonna make a Weizen and a Belgian White Ale. So as usual we start with getting water in our mash kettle. So fill it up and then we heat this to 42 degrees Celsius. And we will increase the heat during our first step, and then we're going to measure the amount of malt needed or barley needed. For this recipe it's quite easy. We just need half of the amount is Pils malt and the other half is wheat malt, and then we grind this on a roller grinder. The distance of the rolls is 1.14 millimeters, and we use a drill to make it more efficient. And here you can clearly see the end result. Then we pour it all in the hot water kettle, in the mash kettle. Temperature is still 42 degrees Celsius. After this we insert our stirring mechanism. This stirring mechanism is a mud mill. It's quite convenient. Owl is stainless steel, easy to clean. And after this we increase the temperature to 44 degrees Celsius. After 44 we go to 45 degrees Celsius, the protein rest, and then we take a sample and do an iodine test. So as you can see we have quite some starch in here. Then we increase the temperature to 63 degrees Celsius for the beta amylase production, after which we go to 71 degrees Celsius for our alpha amylase, production. As you can see I have two thermometers. After the 71 we go to 78 to stop the mash, and then we do another iodine test. Well, after this we clean everything, so immediately rinse it and we filter it and we rinse it with water of 80 degrees Celsius. So the first bit you bring back to make it completely clear, and all the other parts you wash with water. So as mentioned, 80 degrees Celsius. And then we filter it completely dry. And as you can see here, you can clearly see all the cups of the crushed barley. Well, this is the end result of the wort. Now we clean everything. Keep cleaning during your brewing. Keep cleaning. And we start boiling. I always immediately add my hops the first time. And as you can see, due to the high amount of proteins, it starts like almost boiling over. You can prevent this by adding little bits of cold water every time. So just a bit of water, do this 3-4 times and all the proteins are denatured and you won't have this problem anymore. In parallel, since we make a Belgian White, we add some orange peel or orange zest and some coriander seeds or cilantro seeds, depending on which place of the planet you are. Make sure you remove all the white of these orange peels, and this is the bitters and you don't want that. So then crush with a pestle and mortar, crush the coriander seeds, and I use a small coffee filter and bind this with some rope or fold it to prevent it from spilling, and then I add half a liter of water and bring it to a boil for about 10 minutes, and then leave it on the stove to cool down. Meanwhile our 90 minutes of boiling are over, and then we install our cooler and we cool down the sample, also the filter, place it in and cool down your wort. I also rinse my fermentation buckets, still plastic buckets, but quite convenient. Rinse them 2 of 10 liters, so today's brew was more or less 20 liters. And when one is clean, you add the detergent in the other one. And as you can see, I pour in half a liter of this tea, this orange and coriander tea, and then I fill my fermentation buckets. Normally my temperature is about 20 degrees Celsius when I bring it in the fermentation buckets. I also took a small sample, as you can see, to measure the gravity. And then I add some yeast. In this case I use Mangrove Jack M20 and M21. Very good yeast. And then we measure the gravity. So the total duration of this brew was 7 hours. Well, thank you for watching, and be prepared for another episode of Home Brewing with Christian.